Again, welcome to Interfaith Spiritual Center Worldwide. We are not here by chance, are we? We're here by divine appointment. And for our viewing audience, if you tuned in at this moment, it's because this message is for you. And what I love about us being together energetically is we feel the energy. We feel the two or three gathered together for a higher purpose, and we connect with that energy. And that's what I love about community. So we've been on a journey this whole month. It's been the inward, outward, upward, onward journey that we have been on. And as we look at the outward journey today, we are looking at our lives and every experience that brought us here. And I know when I was 2 years old, I had a next door neighbor that used to come over and she'd get me dressed and she'd take me to her Christ Community Church with her. And she did this for about 3 or 4 years. And it was such a loving community. So for me, coming into metaphysics was a natural evolution. I did not have any negative experiences with fundamental religion. I found the energy wonderful, the people were wonderful, but there was just a natural evolution for me because I didn't really believe, and we all know God doesn't exclude anyone, that our God is all-inclusive, that our God is an energy, a loving, powerful presence right where we are. Our way of life moves beyond color, race, creed, and sexual orientation because our God is a God of oneness. We have no creed but love. Love one another as I have loved you. We have no doctrine but the golden rule, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Now, that is vast and amazing. That Jesus came with one message, and that message was, this commandment I give thee, that ye love one another as I have loved thee. Our daily life is our temple and our religion. The outward journey that we have been on are the classes, the seminars, the lectures, all the things that we've done in our life to grow, to unfold, and to expand. And let me tell you, I've taken every seminar and every class, and you name it, I've taken it. Because I always felt all things work together for good. And when we realize that all things work together for good, to them that love, that there is an energy, the very underpinning of the universe is love. And that was Jesus' message in every great avatar and seer of the age. And I love that I'm going to India, and I have studied Gandhi, and I absolutely loved it when they came to him and they said, well, what do you think of Christianity? And he said, I think it would be a good idea. All right? Faith without works is dead. We put the works with the faith. We acknowledge that, yes, we are subject to the human condition. We're going to have our moments. But they're just moments. Because as our humanness gives way to the divine, that consciousness, that Christ consciousness, that Buddha nature, that holy I am presence comes up, bubbles up, and everything else is released. And we've all had those flashlight moments of illumination where we knew that we knew that we knew, and not even the gates of hell would prevail against us because we knew. Did you ever know something so much? But that's not true. And you just, there was no need to even go there, right, or honor it with a remark because you knew in your bones that this was your truth and your experience. We are all created in the image and likeness of God, whatever we conceive our God to be. I love the story about the little girl sitting on Grandpa's lap in the dining room, and they had a big mirror. And the mirror was reflecting back. And the little girl said, Grandpa, are we all created in the image and likeness of God like they told us in Sunday school? And he said, well, yes, we are, honey. And she looked in the mirror and she took his face, and looked in the mirror and looked at her face. And she said, Grandpa, I think God's doing a better job these days. So we know that we are evolving, that we are growing, that we are unfolding. And that with each passing day, energetically, that we are opening to that portal of truth, and that we are stepping in. January 6th was the beginning of Epiphany, which was my late husband's birthday, so we always celebrated his birthday and Epiphany. But metaphysically, the day of Epiphany is acknowledging we are all the Magi bringing gifts to the Christ child. We are all that Christ child, and that we are laying those gifts at the altar of our heart. And energetically, Epiphany goes until February 10th, which is the first day of Lent. And in metaphysics, we took the word Lent and we did an acronym of, it was Let's Extend New Thought, Lent. And it's not about fasting from all the stuff you love. It's about embodying all the things that are working for us. It's about stepping into a new paradigm and allowing that old things to pass away and to truly let go. And I find in this new year, today is January 10th, 10 days into this beautiful new year, and the opportunity that we have to cleanse, purify, harmonize, balance, attune, and heighten the energy field within us, to move forward with grace and a spiritual knowingness that we are in the world, but we are a higher vibratory frequency, and to vibrate at that frequency. And if you want to know if we're not in joy, then we're in ego. Joy is the most infallible sign of the presence of God. The joy factor, the energy of joy, the opportunity to pay it forward. So the outward journey that we're on is all about the things that we do in the world that are going to make a difference to us spiritually, and to allow us to know truly that you are as close to God as I am ever going to get, and I am as close to God as you are ever going to get. And if I am in that place in me and you are in that place in you, there truly is only one of us. And in that energy do we connect, and we take this into this new year with us and the opportunity that we have in this new year. So as we open the space and to acknowledge that if my daily life is my temple and my religion, that I am always in communion. I heard that someone, she needed to go back to a fundamentalist church because she wanted to take communion. And what I love about our way of life is that every Good Friday I do a service in which we do communion. We have a little communion service because there's a resonance in the archetypal energies of doing what we've always done. But we believe in metaphysics that every single day is Holy Communion. Every time we connect, we are communing. Every time we open the space and we say, oh, look unto the mountains, look unto the hills, look into the energy of this beauty. We are communing with something higher than ourselves. It's not just about that little wafer. I don't know how many of you, I love the BBC. I am just, I really love it. And there's a series called Vicar of Dibley, and she's outrageous. It's Dawn French, and she is outrageously funny. And she shows up at the church, and she announces that she's their new vicar, and they said, there must be some mistake. Oh my God, it's a woman, there must be some mistake. She says, I know it's not what you expected, but it's what you got. And so, they got outrageous humor in it. And one of the things was she was talking about this low-calorie communion. And she said, it's just amazing. You take a little, you take it and you can't believe it's not Jesus. It's just absolutely amazing, right? And the truth is, when Jesus said, do this in memory of me, he was not talking about a little wafer. He was sharing the essence of why he came and why he was the resurrection and the life, which was his total message. Every single day, we are the resurrection and the life. Every single day, we have the opportunity to let go of what's no longer working. All the old judgments and all that stuff that has held us back, that we give our power away to. I am the resurrection and the life. I and my Father, Mother, God are one. That Christ consciousness is moving through me. And it's about letting go of that energy that allows us to know each and every one of us is the Christ. Each and every one of us is the Buddha. Each and every one of us is the holy I am presence that are casting off our shoes, for where we stand is holy ground. Every moment is communion. This is why I love our way of life. And I loved my old fundamentalist Christ Community Church, and we moved, and then I was Catholic. And, Father Falvey was absolutely wonderful. And then I met my husband, and he never went to a church in his life. And we found metaphysics because he was a natural. He had always practiced metaphysics. He had always loved people. It was just a natural way of life because we come into this life knowing that we're one. We don't come in as little children thinking about, oh, yeah, they're black and they're Jewish. We come in as oneness of energy, of light. We know who we are. And one of the most, wonderful moments was I do pet blessings. In fact, remember, Rick was there. And I got some good pictures, too. And there's this little darling, little schnauzer. Dickens kept running over wanting to be blessed. And I said, well, you little Dickens, we're going to bless you. And the owner said, oh, no, we're Jewish. I said, I don't think Dickens cares. Right? Dickens didn't really care. So I blessed him on the sly. So you want your blessing, honey? Shalom. And you are blessed. And we just open the space for you to be one of us, right? Because we move beyond color, race, creed, species, right? We're all about the oneness. And I love what Ram Dass said, that he knew that his life purpose was to feel love and compassion, and where he didn't, that was where his true work lied. So every time we feel, some of those energies, we're not going to relate to everybody, but to know that there is a consciousness and a heart connection that links us as one. We're not going to be intimately involved with everybody. I am I and you, and if by chance we find each other, it's beautiful, and if not, it can't be held, because everything is energy, frequency, and vibration. And we're not always going to vibrate at the same level. But rather than making each other wrong, rather than looking outside of ourselves, was to draw the larger circle. He drew a circle that shut me out, but love and I had the wit to win. We drew a circle that took him in. And if we have the awareness, we as spiritual people make the adjustment. When you think, why do I always have to be the initiator? I'm always the initiator. Because you have the awareness. You make the adjustment, right? And if we are blessed to have that awareness, we make the adjustment. And I have people say, well, how dare I be happy? You talk about this happiness, and that we all need to be happy. I say, how dare you not be happy? Right? How dare us be unhappy we've got so much to be grateful for. And when we start our gratitude list, and I start right at the top, my relationship with Spirit. And then it just goes down from there, and all that I am grateful for. And those moments when we are feeling challenged and we are feeling attacked and we're feeling this and the human condition, look at our gratitude list and do something for someone else. And when we do something for someone else, we get out of ourselves. And we get to embrace each other at a much larger and greater energy field. And it is about the energy. So for me, when I'm, feeling that way, as we all do, and sometimes we're feeling disappointment and discouragement, there is a power for good in the universe greater than we are, and we can use it. And this week, I was rather challenged I lost my voice for a few days, so I thought, that's the universe saying, just shut up, be quiet, go within, right? And I had my class treating for me and others, and I went around the house, when I was testing my voice, saying the Lord's Prayer. And when it got a little squeaky, and then I, would just bless my voice and realize that I'm cleansing, and that when I was in Utah last week visiting my kids, we were at -3 degrees in Park City. We had a blast, but this lizard lady loves the desert. And that's what my daughter calls me, lizard lady. And because I love the warmth. And when I'm going to India, it's 87 degrees, thank you God. And I'm very happy about that. And we love the change of the seasons, and we love the energy that allows us to be here. And we can laugh at ourselves and our own airiness at times. And my daughter said, Mother, you and your Lucille Ball situations. I said, yeah, isn't it wonderful that we can really laugh about it and share things? And one of the great things is that she shares things that I never knew about, when she would steal my car and go over the Coronado Bridge and things like that. And I said, I am so glad I was protected. Ignorance was bliss in my case, right? Exactly. So we're going to have all the experiences in our outward journey. It's all going to show up for us, every single bit of it. And as that little girl is looking at the mirror and looking at Grandpa, I think God's doing a better job these days. God is. Because we are evolving, we are growing, we are unfolding. How wonderful. I want my students to far surpass me. I think it's wonderful when my students, I've had many of them publish books. How long I've been working on my book, forever. And I made a commitment to myself and a declaration that this is the year. And the name of my book, see, I'm just saying it publicly so you can hold me to it. A Long Day's Journey into Light is the name of my book. And it's going to be... And let me tell you, 40 years in the ministry, I got a lot of material. So thank you for being here, and our beautiful community and the energy of love that is palpable in this room. I love each and every one of you so much, and I'm just so grateful for you. So where are we going? Higher yet. Where? Higher yet. Where? Higher yet. And so it is. God bless you.